So I'm just trying to get all my cameras together. So give me a minute. Let's see. All right. So now getting everything together. 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 All right. So now. All right, so welcome. Tonight we will be discussing about chakras. A while back, I typed up a little form to talk about chakras. So we'll be going over the chakras tonight. You have different chakras all over your body, but most common people talk about the seven main chakras. I have a little diagram in the back that I'm going to use, and those are basically the seven main chakras. So I'm just going to zoom in, and those are the seven main, and we're going to go over each one by one. Okay, so just zooming in there. Alrighty. So chakras, what are chakras, right? So chakras are I like to say energy points, right? And so since they're energy, the flow of energy is in and out. So you can have a blockage of energy. And when you have a blockage of energy in one of those seven locations, then you can start to get symptoms. You can start to have things go wrong in your life, and not know exactly what's going on. Sometimes you can even have pain. And we're going to go over each chakra. We're going to talk about what things you can experience when it's under balance, when it's over balance, and how you can get that balance back. So we'll be talking about that. I'll also let you know what color, because you can, like, let's say, for example, your throat chakra was out of balance, and you wanted to improve upon your throat chakra. Well, the throat chakra is usually blue. And so you can wear blue, you can get a blue crystal, you can wear a blue bracelet. So those are some of the things, the remedies that you can do to help with your throat chakra. So the first chakra I'm going to, and like I said, these are like the seven main chakras, but you do have chakras all over your body. But we'll go over the main seven today or tonight, this evening. And if you realize, seven is a very important number, right? Because you have 7 days of the week, you have seven major planets. And now we're talking about the seven chakras. So it all works together, and this is just a small part of it. Hi, Tovatar. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Um, as people come in, I'm talking about the chakras, so I may say that every so often when I see people join. After I go over the chakras, then I will explain how you can assess your own chakras at home. You can usually find like a metaphysical place. They can assess chakras for you as well. You can also do Reiki. Reiki can also let you know when your chakras are out of balance as well. But I'm going to show you, if you don't want to spend the money to know about your chakras, I'm going to show you how you can do it at home yourself. And I also will be doing free chakra readings tonight, where I will be able to, of course, remotely access your chakras for you. And my training comes from Reiki. I am a level 3 Reiki practitioner. And so that's why I consider myself qualified to access your chakras and also give you information on how you can do it as well. A lot of my information, you can easily pick up a book about chakras. This is one of the books I use. So it's Chakras, a Beginning Guide, and it was $10 at Barnes and Noble. So it was $10 at Barnes and Noble. And this is really a great book. I found this very informational. So this is a good resource. Okay, so also I have the stones right here. So I have not opened this box, but this is a chakra set. These are crystals or stones you can call. And trying to get the camera to focus. And we will talk about each crystal in the box. And I'm opening it up for you guys tonight. We also will be doing at the end, I will pull an oracle from my friend Tova Tara, who is here. This is her deck, the White Witch Oracle. So and her messages deal with balance your inner chakras. So we will pull some cards at the end as well, just guidance, throughout. I'll kind of think of a good question to ask. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first chakra, usually you go from bottom up. So we're going to start at the first chakra, which is the red one, the root chakra. And so the location in the body, the root chakra is usually between the bladder and the colon. Okay, so again, it's not it's not a physical anatomy. It's like dealing with just the energy. Okay, so what usually that stands for is like your flight or fight response. It deals with ancestors, it deals with the past, it deals with pressure, the motor center, adrenaline rush, stress. So let's say this chakra was activated. Those are some of the things that will activate that chakra. So if you get into like an emergency situation where, a robber is chasing you or something like that, that will bring out that fight or flight response, which would be the root chakra. And that's where you will feel it. You will feel it in that area between the bladder and the colon. Let's say you dealing with some past traumas, dealing with your family or your ancestors, you can feel that there. If you are under a lot of stress, you could kind of feel it in that area as well. So the color red is the root chakra deals with the color red. And when you have an unbalance of this chakra, some of the things that you can have is leg, foot pain, you can have cramps, you can have lower digestive issues. You can worry about your basic survival needs, or find that you're having issues with your basic survival needs. If it's balanced, I'm sorry, if it's overactive, let's say it's, because you have a scale, if it's underperforming, if it's overperforming, and then if it's balanced. So if it's overperforming, then some of the things that you may experience is being irresponsible about money, being irresponsible about your personal safety. So maybe putting yourself in dangerous situations so that you can't activate that fight flight response, because that's the energy that you want to feel. And then when it's balanced, then you don't have any fear and you feel safe. So let's say you go through life with an unsafe feeling, or you're just fearful of trying new things or doing new things. Then this is something that you may want to look to and feel the energy in your root chakra. So how can you do that? So if you know about meditating, so you want to basically get still, right? You want to get still. Is best if you can like close your eyes, and you want to just take deep breaths. So you just want to go, and you just kind of just resetting the body, letting the body know, okay, now it's time to calm down. And when you do that, you can feel certain areas in your body tense up. And if you feel it in between the bladder colon area, then okay, something may be, wrong with your root chakra. The root chakra has a saying of I am. Um, so I'm going to open this. I'm going to pull out the stone for it, which is a red jasper. So if this was a chakra that I had unbalanced, I probably would carry this crystal around in my pocket or sleep with it under my pillow. And there's many other crystals that you can use, but the red jasper is nice because it's red and the root chakra is red. Okay. All right. So that's the root chakra. Okay. So the next chakra we're going to talk about is the sacral chakra. And that one deals with the ovaries and the testes. So sometimes if you having ovarian issues, like let's say you're having I don't know, let's see, maybe you're dealing with fertility issues. Okay, maybe your sacral chakra, the energy may be off there. So the sacral chakra deals with creativity, sexuality, pleasure and passion, physical and spiritual energies. It's the motor center, the life force, and sexuality. So let's say that you have issues with your sexuality. Let's say it's something where you're afraid to explore yourself sexually or even talk about, things of a sexual nature. Or if you have on the other end creativity issues where you want to be creative and just finding like a blockage there, that could be dealing with the sacral chakra. So some of the things or the symptoms that you may experience if it's unbalanced is you may have, like, let's say you're a writer. So we're talking about creativity. So let's say you're a writer, you may have writer's block. Or let's say you are a singer, you may have writer's block because you're trying to figure out lyrics and can't figure out, what to write. Let's say you're an artist and you have struggles with painting, so you may sometimes want to look at the sacral chakra. Also, you have the inability to not be inspired or the inability to feel pleasure. So you want to look at the sacral chakra for that. Now, if it's overactive, then you can have manic energies where you're just full of energy, can't stay still, always moving around. You can also be over sexual. So you have multiple sexual partners. You can also have kidney issues. You can have hip and low back pain. So when you have these type of things, you can look into, like, let's say you go to the doctor. I always recommend you, if you have any pain in your body, to always go to your doctor first. To always see a doctor because they are the ones that can diagnose and treat you. But let's say you go to the doctor, they do all the tests, they do everything under the sun to try to see what's causing pain in your body or what's causing you to feel a certain type of way, and they can't find anything. They tell you, all the blood tests came back negative, all the, let's say you did an x-ray or you had to do an MRI and it all came back negative. Sometimes you maybe want to do an energy assessment to see if any of your chakras are out of balance, because that can be giving you symptoms that's not explained by science and medicine. So you definitely would want to look at the chakras. And the color for the sacral chakra is orange. So it's usually a nice orange color. And the let's see here, the sacral chakra is I feel. Okay, so it deals with joy, creativity, and it deals with feelings, feelings. So I feel is the sacral chakra. And let's see, the stone for that would be, let's see, a yellow calcite. So let's see. Even though, so I find sometimes uh the sacral and the solar plexus may be interchangeable with yellow and orange, but according to the book that I showed you, the sacral chakra will be orange. Um, and this is a stone for it. So you can also do a sunstone. You could do a carnelian, you can do a garnet, you can do a ruby, and a citrine. So those are some of the stones that you can do for this chakra. You Also, if the chakra is in balance, you will be sexually engaged, you will be ripe with ideas and passion. So it's like one end of the spectrum is sexually, and then the other end of the spectrum is talking about creativity. Okay. I know that's like two different ends of the spectrum, but then they all kind of go together, right? Because in order to have a child, well, nowadays it's different, but traditionally, in order to have a child, you have to be sexual, or even not even, because if you think about it, even the ones who do IVF, which is in vitro fertilization, it still deals with ovaries, right? It still deals with ovaries because that's where the egg comes from. It still just deal with testes because that's where the sperm comes from. So, and what do you do with the egg and the sperm? You create a child, right? You create a child. So that's where the creativity comes from. Okay. So that's the sacral chakra. If anybody have any questions, just go ahead and shoot it in the chat. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. But just shoot your questions if you have any questions as I'm going through this. Okay. So the next chakra we're going to go through. So I'm just going to zoom in here just so you could kind of see it. Let's see here. Well, we're at the bottom. So let me just try to zoom in. So far we went over the root chakra and the sacral chakra. So those are the two so far that we went on over. And like I said, you can feel this in your bladder colon area, and then you can feel this energy to your ovaries and testes area. So those are the two that we went over. Okay, so the next one is the solar plexus chakra. This deals with let me go ahead and zoom out again. Okay, there we go. Okay. So the solar plexus deals with personal power. It deals with a sense of self and inner strength. It's a source of willpower. It deals with motor and awareness center and emotional awareness. Okay. So when you talk about the solar plexus, you kind of feel that like right up under your breastbone, kind of like you're in the mid stomach area, and the color is yellow. When it's unbalanced, what do you feel? You have a critical inner voice, right? So you have that voice telling you you can't do it, don't do it. Like for example, me, I'm getting my YouTube channel off the ground, and of course it's going slow because I have to get the clientele to come in, so that critical inner voice can say, oh, you're never going to make it, no one's going to join, or you're going to have little participation. But I'm not going to listen to that because my solar plexus is balanced, so I'm going to keep going because I know that anything worth having doesn't come easy. You have to put in the work, you have to keep going. um Also, you have a fear of rejection. So same scenario. I think people may not want to hear this, or they may reject what I'm trying to say. So you have a fear of rejection. You can also have hypertension. You can have chronic fatigue. You can deal with stomach ulcers. You can have, let's see, like acid reflux. And you could kind of have that feeling like they say, oh, you feel butterflies like when you're in love. Instead, this will be a lot upper, between like your chest and your stomach in the midline there. So you may have like a burning sensation or something there. So you just want to check the energies there. And if it's overactive, you could be dominating. You can try to have control of everything. You can be overstressed. You can always in need of constant attention, always wanting the spotlight. And the reason why you want that is because, again, you're afraid of rejection, or you're afraid to put yourself out there. So you tend to try to have some type of control of, or put yourself in familiar situations. Like you don't go out and try to do something that's challenging, or you don't try to go out and do something new, right? So when it's balanced, then you will have the confidence to make good choices. You will be assertive without being arrogant. and you won't feel like you have to have control out of fear. You would feel like you have control because you're not afraid. You're taking on this challenge, you're not afraid, and you're in control in that sense. So you're not being in control in a negative way out of fear, but you're being in control because you're ready to confront what it is that you do fear. And the quote for that is I do, right? I do, because again, if it's unbalanced, you're not going to want to do. So it's I do. And the stone that we have for the solar plexus is the tiger eye. So this is the tiger eye crystal. So this is a tiger eye crystal. And you can always go to, like, again, a metaphysical store. Sometimes you can go to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross, and they will have these sets. I'm not sure where I bought this one from, but this one was $25, and it's the pyramid chakra set. You could probably buy it on Amazon. And these are like the symbols for the different chakras. So those are the different symbols for the different chakras. So it's so much information about chakras, and this would be like, if I was going over everything, like a 10 hour. So that's why I have my little quick cheat sheet here, so that I can stay on target, because it's so much to discuss about the chakras. All right. So the next chakra is the throat chakra, which is a lot of people are familiar with this chakra. It deals with the thyroid, and it deals with your speaking ability. It deals with you being able to explain yourself clearly. Is dealing with, you're able to express your emotions. So it deals with the voice, the throat, right? It's about standing up for what you believe. It's about showing up as your true self, like not showing up with a persona, or not showing up as you're someone else that you're trying to be, but you're actually showing up for who you are. It's also about manifestation. It's all about speaking and doing what you say you're going to do. So that's the throat chakra. And of course, it's about I talk. So sometimes if you have a fear of talking, or you feel like you don't communicate well, or you don't like to communicate about your feelings, then sometimes you will realize that your throat chakra is blocked. Let's say you've been having like a sore throat, or you have a hoarse voice, and every time you go to the doctor, they're saying, oh, everything is fine, there's nothing wrong, there's no infection, there's no strep throat, you don't have a cold, but you just seem to have this hoarse voice. Or being hoarse is like, like, I can't really talk, or sound is not coming out, or is very low or raspy. Then you want to maybe think how you're not expressing yourself in a talkative manner, or how you're not expressing, communicating properly, how you're not, maybe you're keeping things in, instead of saying things like, let's say, for example, at your job, you always bring snacks and lunch, and you notice that when you bring the snacks, someone else is always eating your snacks. So when you go to get your snacks, they're not there. But you never say anything about it. You never confront anyone or ask anyone, like, hey, who's taking my snacks? So that could be something that shows that the throat chakra is blocked. So the color for the throat chakra is blue. And if it's unbalanced, you will be afraid to speak, showing your true self. You can have hyper or hypothyroidism, which again deals with the thyroid. You can have a sore throat, neck pain, mouth ulcers. So those are some of the symptoms. And again, always go to the doctor to get checked. Is once the doctor says, okay, everything is coming out fine, but you're still feeling this way or having these symptoms, then you want to go and maybe, get a Reiki session, or do like an energy assessment. When it's overactive, you shout. So when you're having a conversation with someone, you're yelling, instead of talking to them in a calm voice. You're speaking without compassion or having interest in others, so you're not showing any empathy when you're talking to others. Also, if it's balanced, then you will speak the truth. You will be able to hear and accept the truth. So not only will you speak the truth, but you can also hear the truth from others. You can also have what's the word I'm looking for? You can be able to hear what the person is saying. A lot of times people don't listen. They don't listen to really hear what you're saying. They listen to respond. So when the throat chakra is balanced, then you're able to have a proper communicative conversation where you're exchanging information with someone and you're actually listening to what they're saying, and you're having empathy and compassion for what they're saying, and you're responding to what they're saying. And while they're talking, you're not listening, you're not in your head coming up with a response. Because if you're already coming up with a response when a person is talking, then you're not really listening to what they're saying. So it's good to, when you're having a conversation with someone, to take that pause and really think about what they're saying. Okay, so that shows when you do that, that the throat chakra is balanced. Some of the crystals that you can have for this chakra are the aquamarine, turquoise, and let's see, what do they have here in our box? And angelite. I haven't came across this crystal before. And the same for this is I talk. So let's see if it gets in focus. There we go. And the color for this is blue. So we're going to go over our little chart again. We have the root chakra at the bottom, which is red. Then we have the sacral chakra, which is orange. The solar plexus, which is yellow. And did I skip the heart? Oh, I skipped the. Oh, I'm so sorry. I skipped the heart chakra, which the heart is before the throat. So forgive me. I have it wrong on my paper. So we're gonna go over the heart chakra. Okay, so the heart chakra is right there, like in the middle where the heart, the lungs are, and it shows love, breath, space, allow others to be who they are. And with the heart chakra, it deals with I love, right? Because it's the heart chakra, so love. The color is green. Sometimes it can also be pink. And when it's unbalanced, then it's hard for you to feel love. It's hard for you to express love, feel love. When it's overactive, you become needy. You have trouble setting healthy boundaries. Some of the medical conditions you can have are asthma, heart disease, shoulder, and upper back pain. Okay. And again, always go to a doctor to get, diagnosed. If it's balanced, you have no problem feeling love from friendships, from family. You show self love, you show kindness, you show compassion, respect. You love life. You show support for others, and you have joy for others. And some of the crystals are a rose quartz, an emerald, and they have in here for the love is a green aventurine. So, I'm sorry, that's what I was showing. So this is a green aventurine. So, which makes sense because it's green, right? The throat chakra is blue. So, I'm sorry. Yeah, the throat chakra is blue. So the heart chakra is green. So sorry, I missed that one. Okay. All righty. So let me look at my diagram so I can stay on key. So we did the throat chakra already. And that one is the throat chakra. Am I missing? Okay. That's Angelite. So that's here. So it's blue. It's like a light color blue. Okay. You can also do aquamarine and turquoise. So, or you get any like blue crystal. Okay. For the throat chakra. All right. So our next, we're almost done. Our next chakra is, let's make sure I'm looking right. We did the throat. So now we're going to go to the third eye chakra. So the third eye chakra is usually like right here in the middle. Okay. For third eye. And it's the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is in your brain. And so it's responsible for seeing things clearly, having good observation, having good perception, having good wisdom, seeing the truth. It also is your intuition, where your intuition is coming from. It's your awareness system. The color for the third eye is indigo, or kind of like a purple color. When it's unbalanced, you can feel paranoid, depressed. When it's overactive, then you can examine the world too much. You can be worried about things. You can become unfocused. You can have headaches, hearing loss, blurred vision. If it's balanced, you're able to see and comprehend what's going on around you. You're able to feel deeply with compassion and understanding. Okay. And the crystal for that is, you can use a fluorite, sapphire, and then in here, oh, and the third eye is IC, and it's sodalite is the name for the crystal. These are like stuck to the thing, so this is like a bluish, kind of bluish purple, so that would be like the indigo, and has some gray and black. Okay. And then the last one, oh, also with the pituitary gland, I just want to say fluoride calcifies the pituitary gland, and sometimes that can block your intuition. So sometimes, so some people, like me myself, I use non-fluoride toothpaste. And I found that since using that, I do have a clearer thinking, and I'm able to, I call them downloads. I get downloads from the spiritual realm, um, since I stopped using fluoride toothpaste. So now I use non-fluoride toothpaste, and you can find that in Walmart, Target, CVS, just want to get toothpaste that says non-fluoride. All right, so the last chakra that we're going to discuss is the crown chakra, and that's with the pineal gland in the brain. And it is dealing with the spiritual world. So usually your crown chakra is here, okay, and it's dealing specifically with the spiritual world. It's the pressure center, it's the magical power of the spiritual world and the universe. Okay, the color for that is usually white, purple. If it's unbalanced, you will feel isolated. You may feel lonely, bitter. You may feel like life is kind of weighing you down. If it's overactive, you will be arrogant. You'll believe you know more than you do. You would probably deal with asomnia. Insomnia, you will keep yourself isolated from others, but feel like you're above others. You may have nightmares. You may have migraines. Again, always go to the doctor to get tested, to get checked. If it's balanced, you want to find the best version of yourself and tap into the energy of life. So usually, like, you want to just be in tune spiritually. And when I say spiritually, whether that's meditating, praying, reading your Bible, the Quran, going to services, whether that's the church, the synagogue, or the what else name different religions, having a religion, having a practice. That's that's something that, you know, you're getting in touch and you're having that time spiritually. Okay. Amethyst is the crystal for that crown chakra, and the crown chakra statement is I understand. So amethyst, which is a purple crystal. And so that's the crown chakra that you see up top. Okay. So you have the crown chakra, and the statement will be I understand. Then you have the third eye chakra, which is I see. The throat chakra is I talk. The heart chakra, I love. The solar plexus chakra, I do. The sacral chakra, I feel. And the root chakra, I am. Okay, so see, Tova Tara says she's have a pack of cards which has pictures of 54 crystals with their spiritual uses. I love it. I found mine at Five Below the store. It's called Crystal Cards. Awesome. There you go. So uh these are, so they have it Five Below. Yeah, Five Below have a lot of chakra things that you can find there. I love Five Below. I haven't been in a while, but I love it. And again, this is the 7 chakra stones, and it's made by the pyramid, or it's called the pyramid chakra set. Okay. So next, again, if you have any questions or comments, you could just put it in the chat session. We're almost done. I'm just going to show you how to assess your chakras. Well, this is the way I know how to do it. That's simple. So I use the pendulum to access the chakras, and I basically hold it over the area of chakra. So let's say I'm doing a full assessment, right, of myself, and I can, you know, you can first ask the pendulum to show you what would be out of balance, so, and what would be in balance. And you know, usually I do a circle. So if you can see, let's see here. So usually if it's going, okay, so now we want to ask the pendulum to stop moving. Okay, can you show me what will be out of balance? Can you show me what will be out of balance? Okay, so you see it's going in the rotation of that way. Okay. So you just kind of get a clear idea. All right, can you stop, please? So if that's out of balance, then imbalance will be the opposite way. Okay. So imbalance will be the opposite way. So now I'm going to assess my crown chakra, right? So you want to give it a few minutes. You want to give it a few minutes. And this is good to look in the mirror. So you want to maybe stand like in your bathroom mirror, or if you have a mirror, you know, in your room, you want to do that. So I'm going to assess my crown chakra, and it's kind of hard because I don't have a mirror to look into, but you'll be able to see. So I'm just assessing my crown chakra. And usually, if it stays still, it kind of means it's in balance as well, like it's balanced. So it's still. So now I'm going to move down to my third eye. Okay. So my third eye is kind of showing it's out of balance because I asked which direction it will go in if it's showing out of balance. So my third eye is showing out of balance. And now I'm going to go down to my throat chakra. My throat chakra is good. So now I'm going to go to my heart chakra. My heart chakra is good. So I'm going to go to my solar plexus chakra. That's good. My sacral. That's good. And my root. You can't see it, but my root chakra is out of whack. So my root chakra and my third eye was the two that was not working. So I need to work on those two. So that's third eye, make sure I notate that, and my root chakra. So this is how you can do it. Another thing, since Tova Tara said that Five Below store have a deck of cards called crystal cards, you can also ask the cards, which chakra should you work on, or which chakra is out of balance. And the crystal, it shows you. You can probably Google it, or if you have a crystal book, you can look into it, and it'll probably give you more detail. So that's how you can, that's one way I know you can assess a normal person, regular person who's not trained to feel for energies or know how to feel for energies. Then they can easily go buy a pendulum at any metaphysical store, a crystal store. You can just buy one, and you want to put it over the areas of the chakra centers. Hello, I see we have someone else that joined. I don't want to mess your name up. Gayatri. Hi, thank you for coming. So that's another way you can, assess your chakras. Another way, since thank you for coming. Another way, since I'm Reiki certified level 3, is I use my hands. And I use my hands to examine the body, and where I feel like stagnant energy, or I can feel blockages with my hands. Then I'm able to see, which areas of the body are blocked, which chakras are blocked. So that's another way. If you're a Reiki practitioner, of course, you know that you're able to examine those areas. Um, do anyone want me to assess their chakras? I can, just let me know in the chat. And I would use Gayatri, I would do it for you. So I'm going to use the diagram here to to assess your chakras. Okay, so what I need you to do is close your eyes. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to ask, I just say a little prayer, and I try to connect with your energy. So now I'm going to try to, okay, so the pendulum is still, wait, I'm asking the pendulum to be still. Now I'm asking the pendulum, can you please show me what would you do if Gayatri chakra is unbalanced? Oh, can you all see? Sorry, I thought I had it up for so. Just ask the pendulum to go in a direction. It's going to show me when the chakra is not balanced. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go to my diagram, because I don't know if it's a he or she, but they're not here with me. So therefore I'll use the diagram here to see, which chakra is out of balance. Okay. So I'm going to start at the root chakra. The sacral. The solar plexus. So your solar plexus is unbalanced. Your heart. Okay, and since I can't reach, I'm just going to see about your throat. Your throat is fine. Now I'm going to check your third eye and your crown. Okay, so I got your crown and your solar plexus are the ones that's unbalanced. So with your crown, and please, you can say if you relate to this. With your crown chakra being unbalanced, it shows that you're having probably a hard time or difficult time relating spiritually. I don't know, if you're religious or what religious you're in, but maybe there's some blockage there that you're having some trouble in the spiritual realm. You're having trouble connecting with God. um you're just having trouble connecting with the spiritual realm, and that's something that you're trying to do. You're probably finding yourself being isolated, probably don't want to be amongst maybe like group of people, but just kind of want to stay isolated because there's a lot going on the inside. And I would say what's going on in the inside, since your solar plexus is out of balance as well, is dealing with some type of emotional wave. And maybe you was looking spiritually at an answer, and maybe you have not gotten that answer. And maybe you're having some type of turmoil in your inner self. um so let me know how you relate to what I'm saying. Have you been having like a critical voice to yourself, like being critical, or maybe being hard on yourself? So just kind of put in the chat box if this relates to you. Solar plexus deals with I feel. Okay. And then the crown deals with I think it's I what was the crown? The crown was I understand. Okay. So you're very religious, very spiritual. Okay, you're Hindu. Okay, perfect. So have you been having issues with maybe you're not connecting like you used to? Like maybe your spiritual practices have decreased a little bit, or you feel like you just don't have that good connection like maybe you used to have. Like maybe maybe I don't know if you meditate, maybe you're not getting good messages like you would usually do. Okay, not really far as. Okay, and are you getting strong messages like you did before when you meditate, or are you finding that there's some type of kind of blockage, or you're not able to meditate as well as you did before, like at this current time? Like maybe you're being more distracted or not seeing things as clear. tiredness. Okay. All right. So yeah. So that can happen because of it's something that you're dealing with emotionally that's going on right now. So you definitely want to look into that because the solar plexus can give you a chronic fatigue. But you know, it could be slightly fatigue. It don't have to be chronic. Yeah, it's been about a week. Yeah, since a week could not do. Yeah. So that's when I did when I assessed your chakras, that what came up is your crown chakra and your solar plexus. So you can use the crystals, the tiger eye for the solar plexus. You can also use the crown. You can use the amethyst crystal as well. Um, so you can use that. Also, you I have a mantra you can do for the crown chakra is Om, so it's OHM. And for the solar plexus, it will be RAM, RAM. So those are two of the mantras that you can use that can help you with that. Okay. Um, so let's see. Anybody else would like to get an assessment? I hope that helped you. You can always send me a message on Telegram if you want more information. I showed this book about chakras, and it does talk about Sanskrit, and it does have some Hindu teachings in it as well. So it talks about Dharma, and it does have a Indian base in it as well. So I would definitely recommend this book. It also talks about aromatherapy that you can use to help. It give you yoga poses as well. So it is definitely a good book. Talks about pranayama for energy. So I think this will be a great book. But like I said, we can talk on Telegram, and then I can share some things with you from this book to help. Because this is a very, very awesome book. Um, all right, so Tara, I'm gonna do you. So I'm gonna ask you to Gayatri, thank you so much for joining and participating. All right, I'm going to connect with you, Tara. So just close your eyes for me so I can connect. So as I'm connecting with you, I'm burping. So what that means is I can tell your throat chakra is blocked. So as I'm connecting with you, I'm feeling like my throat is like burping and so all right. So now I need to still the pendulum. Oh, you got heartburn. Okay. I'm like, well, I'm starting to burp. Okay. So that can be the solar plexus as well, too. So the emotions. So maybe again, not speaking on your emotions. All right. So I'm going to ask the pendulum to show me the direction it will go in when you have a chakra that's out of balance. Okay. So it looked like it's all right. So it looked like yours going back and forth. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and assess your chakras. So we're going to start with the root. Okay. The sacrum. The root is okay. Sacral is fine. The solar plexus is fine. So now we're going to do the heart. The throat. The third eye. The crown. Okay. So the main tool I got was the heart and the throat and slightly the crown. So what that means is that I thought I said the solar plexus, but it's something going on that you're not expressing yourself from the heart center. So heart deals with, again, emotions. Heart, I don't know why I can't remember this. Heart is I love, and the throat is, the throat, yes, is I talk. So you're not expressing things that you feel in your heart. So you want to definitely try to express yourself more with, how you're feeling, things that you're feeling on the inside, not what you're thinking, but what your heart is feeling, and connect more with the spiritual world. It only did it a little bit for the crown chakra. It wasn't as strong as the heart and the throat. So I would say the heart and the throat will be the main two. And the heart is green, so you can do like a green crystal. You could do a rose quartz, an emerald. You can also do a green aventurine, which I showed here, um, for your heart chakra, and then for the throat, you can use a blue crystal, aquamarine, turquoise. So you can use that for your throat. And you just really want to get in tune to what you're feeling in your heart, but not keeping it on the inside, but speaking how you feel in that shell, as well as connecting spiritual as well. And you can do an amethyst crystal, and it's just about having that understanding. And maybe before speaking about what you feel, maybe you can have a conversation with God, or who you look up to in the spiritual world, having that conversation with between you and spirit first before having that conversation openly. So that would be some things that I suggest. um, let's see. Are you dealing with any, well, like I said, the crown chakra wasn't that bad. So it just seemed like the throat chakra, and basically you're having a hard time. Going to now just pull a card. And since this is an oracle, let's just see what message it gives us. I'm just gonna pull one card, and I'm going to pull a card just for the month of March. What would be the guiding message for us for the month of March? I love these cards. Purple is my favorite color. They're so beautiful. Tovatara, wonderful design, beautiful. And I will have it in a comment section, how you can purchase the deck. I will put the link to her store, so that you can purchase the deck. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to pull a card for us for the month of March, so that we can get some guidance. All right. So the card I pull is wow. I can't make this up. Balance your inner chakras. that That's the message for the month of March. Balance your inner chakras. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that. And I didn't, you saw, I pull balance your inner chakras. So thank you all for joining tonight. Again, I will post the information in the comment section. I will post information about the book, the crystals, the oracle deck, and always send me a message if you have a question after watching the video. And again, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. Next week, I will be back, but next week we have a special treat. We'll be talking therapy talk next week with Tova Taro. She will be there with us next Friday. So the advertisement will be going out for that soon. And I will see you all. We will see you all next Friday. So love, peace, and many blessings.